Hey guys, and welcome back to Battlefront Updates and an actual Battlefront update. It feels so weird to say that in 2024. I really didn't think I was gonna say that ever again. But nevertheless, yesterday the Battlefront Classic Collection was announced to be coming out on pretty much all platforms, which took us all by surprise. And today I wanted to go over all the details that we now know about this edition, as there was a lot of questions that popped up yesterday, and I've done some digging in order to hopefully answer as many of them as possible. Also, do you want to get hit by some nostalgic feelings? Isn't that like the best loading screen in any game ever, or is it just me? Anyways, let's go over all the questions people had from yesterday's announcement, as well as all the content that is semi-new in this edition, that I've actually had a lot of people reach out and basically say that they didn't even know it existed. It's gonna be hard to say exactly what's new for each person, because there's been different versions of the game, both the original Xbox version, the Xbox Live updated version, and also the Xbox version that they released on the modern consoles too. But all in all, I think there's gonna be something new for everyone, even though it of course depends on what platform you played on as a kid. And for me personally, I grew up playing on the normal Xbox. I did not have Xbox Live, so I kind of played the vanilla version of this game, which was missing quite a bit of stuff that we are getting now. So let's get into the actual details. This edition is coming out on March 14th on PC, Xbox One, Xbox Series S, X, the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 and the Switch. The base price is $35, and a lot of people had the question yesterday, what if I already own the game, for instance on PC or Xbox? Well, this is actually like a new edition of the game, and you will have to purchase the Battlefront Classic Collection, as it will not be an actual update to the version that's already out. I know this might feel a bit annoying to all of us who already own the game, but at least for me, I paid like $5 for the current version, so it's not really a huge loss, especially considering all the updated content and stuff that we are getting. But when it comes to a discount, it seems like you can basically get a standard 10% pre-order discount across all platforms. On PlayStation, it seems like you might need to have PlayStation Plus, but on the Xbox and PC, you get a standard 10% pre-order bonus. However, on the PC, you can actually get a total of a 20% loyalty discount if you already own any of the games, which I do. So as you can see here, I get a 20% discount on the full price. I've seen multiple articles claim that this is the case for the Xbox too. However, everyone I have asked to confirm this on the Xbox says that they are only able to get a 10% pre-order discount as of right now. So I think all of these articles are probably incorrect, and the loyalty discount is only available on PC. So what about the size of the games? That's something that's caught a lot of attention over the last 24 hours. As it seems like the size on the PlayStation, Xbox and PC will be somewhere between 50 to 55 gigabytes, whereas on the Switch it will be 25 gigabytes. And this is obviously way bigger than the current version of the game. I think that the current version on the Xbox is actually only 7 gigabytes, and on PC I checked the versions I have, we have 12 gigabytes for Battlefront 1 and 2. So depending on the platform, it's basically gonna be quadrupled or even more. So why does it need all this size? Well, they haven't said much about the graphical updates, but just looking at the footage, it kind of seems like the textures and skyboxes have been updated. And considering that it's confirmed that on the Xbox at least, it will be running in 4K and up to 60 FPS, it's safe to say that it's probably gonna be the same on the other platforms too. Maybe not on the Switch, of course, but at least on the PlayStation and PC. So with all the updated graphics as well as the DLC content, that's probably why the game is gonna be so large. And keep in mind that the DLC content includes a lot of Battlefront 1 maps being ported over to Battlefront 2, so that's obviously gonna take up quite a bit of space as well. But I will get to the actual extra content later in the video. So how about a physical release then? Well, they haven't said anything about this, and so far with Aspire's Star Wars re-releases, it's been a bit mixed. Sometimes a physical release has been available months or sometimes a year after the digital release, such as this Heritage Pack and also a limited version of Republic Commando. So yes, there might be a physical release bundling up both of the games in the future, but it's not going to be available at launch. So if you want to play it directly at launch, you're going to have to get the digital version. So what about crossplay though? Something that would obviously be ideal considering that we're now going to be spread out across 4 different platforms, and to make sure that the servers are constantly filled, crossplay helps a lot. It seems like this is unfortunately not the case. There are no official word on crossplay. There were a few articles who mentioned it, but I think they corrected themselves as there hasn't been any official word on this, except for cross-generation play on both the Xbox and PlayStation. So if you have a PlayStation 4, you can play with someone on the PlayStation 5 and so on. But considering there's no official word on crossplay, I think it's safe to say that that's not gonna be happening as much as I would have loved to see that. So what new content will be in this game for those of you who might have had the default version in the past or recently? Well, first of all, I think the one thing that I'm most excited for are the 2 heroes, Asajj Ventress and Kit Fisto. 2 heroes that I never got to play as a kid and that hasn't been available in most of the versions that you've been able to purchase the last couple of years. The PlayStation blog also confirmed that they will have their iconic abilities, such as Kit Fisto having a Force Orb, which is actually a ranged ability, and Asajj Ventress will have abilities such as Star Blades and Force Push. So these will now be available no matter the platform, and I'm very excited to get my hands on these. They also of course mentioned all the maps that are coming that was also available on that original Xbox Live patch almost 20 years ago, such as the Jabba's Palace map for Battlefront 1, but most importantly, plenty of Battlefront 1 maps being ported over to Battlefront 2, such as some of my favorites like Renvar Harbor and Renvar Citadel, making the full list of maps being available in Battlefront 2 quite big, to be completely honest. Another thing that is mostly completely new is that you will be able to play Hero Assault across pretty much all ground maps. This mode was limited to Mos Eisley only when the game originally came out, which I always found to be a bit strange considering that there were so many maps to choose from. I heard from some people that a certain Xbox version actually allowed you to play Hero Assault on other maps, but that there was a limited hero and villain count instead. Nevertheless, now it seems like you will just have unlimited Hero Assault on whatever map you want, since we aren't as limited by platform or hardware issues as we were 20 years ago. Another big thing that was only available on the PC version back in the day is the XL mode that you can see me play here in the background. This is basically a mode with way more troopers and vehicles, where you have to kill a certain amount of enemies to reach the goal and win the game. So it's quite different to Conquest. It's not just deplete the enemy's reinforcements, but you have to actually kill a certain amount of enemies, and there will be a lot more troopers running around the battlefront. The reason to why this was originally limited to the PC version is because it required extra computing power to have so many troopers running around at the same time, and the old consoles simply could not handle that. But obviously the consoles are like a million times stronger now, so now everyone will be able to have the XL mode. Other than that, you will of course have all the standard features that have always been in Battlefront, such as split screen, galactic conquest, and of course something that a lot of people were excited for, that 64-player online multiplayer is back. I'm honestly not sure if that's been completely unavailable on Xbox. I think it has, but on PC you have been able to play online multiplayer the last couple of years after they revived the servers, but obviously the play count has been a little bit limited, and hopefully this will make a big push to make sure that you can play online with big battles on all platforms at all times. Like I did mention in my video yesterday, there are some cheesy stuff like unlimited force chokes that might cause issues, as obviously players have evolved quite a lot in the last 20 years, and back when I grew up, I pretty much only played single player against bots or potentially split screen with my friends occasionally too. Hopefully that will answer all of your questions in regards to the Battlefront Classic Collection. I will definitely be playing this on launch day, as well as making some videos showcasing the content, and if there are any other news from now until then, you know where to find it right here on the channel. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, may the force be with you.